Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to American Truck Simulator. This is Saka, and we are here outside of Los Angeles picking up an excavator in my brand new truck. As you can see, it only has 7.1 miles on it. I bought this truck without help from the bank. As you can see, no loan here. It's my only truck. I'm at level 10, and I've been doing odd jobs to pay for this truck. Our goal today is to get to Elko Plaster & Sons by Wednesday at 1 in the morning. So that is what we shall do. Let me get my GPS set. All right, 4 ways off. Let us leave Los Angeles behind and head over to Nevada. Clear on the left. I bought this truck, very basic Kenworth. I didn't add a whole bunch of fluff to it. With the Peterbilt or the Kenworth 900L coming out soon, I figured why not just get a workhorse truck at first, no frills, no glitz and glamour, and then once that truck comes out, save up enough money for that bad boy and make that my primary truck and pass this off to a driver. So that is my plan, my ultimate goal. Let's take a look at the route that we're going on, make sure that it is a logical route. And we're going to get on the highway, take that highway, ride I-5 all the way up to Truckee and shoot over to Elko. So it looks good for me. 708 miles. My goal is to get the high 5 achievement, which is a delivery over 600 miles to be on time, in perfect shape, and no fines along the way. What sweet irony that would have been if I would have hit that cop or got caught for speeding right then and there. But the cops in this game are brutal. Definitely are massively evil compared to the speed cameras of ETS, if you're familiar with Euro Truck Simulator. We are moving on over. Excuse me. Oh, scumbag truck. Are you coming over? Yes, he is. Way to go there, guy. No harm, no foul. No damage. We are still kicking it. And then once we get on I-5, it should be smooth sailing up north until we get to the scumbag intersection. I can't remember exactly where the particular intersection in question is, but along I-5, you'll be cruising along at 55 as you do, and all of a sudden you will come to a crossroad of such, and you will be expected to be going 35 in an instant. And then by the time you get it slowed down to 35, you're back up to 55 again. It's like, what is the point? And that is probably the trolliest intersection on I-5, but we are rolling down the highway. Let's get it in high 13 gear. Set the cruise for 55 so no scumbag cop comes out of the woodwork, and make our way north. I-5 is one of those highways that I have a love-hate relationship with in real life. I'm from Indiana, and you might be thinking, well, what would you know about I-5? Well, I was stationed at Fort Lewis, Washington once upon a time, and it's right off of Tacoma, right off of I-5 by Linwood, on the way in between, Olympia and Seattle. It's tucked away nice and neat. And I got my first car while I was stationed there, but I live here in Indiana. So I said, hey, that'd be a cool road trip to drive from Indiana to Washington State. I'll have my car with me and all that good stuff. I'll get to see the country and all that. And it's a huge country, so why not? So I set off and I have no problems at all. I mean, weather was great. I didn't even get rained on once. I made my way through St. Louis. I went through Nebraska. Got a little lost in Lincoln, Nebraska, but not too bad. This was in 2005. So before you start saying, why didn't you have your iPhone? Why didn't you have, Google Maps? There was no such thing. I did this thing with MapQuest and a prayer, I tell you. So I get through St. Louis, I get through Lincoln, Nebraska, start making my way west, get through Utah and Wyoming, and let me tell you, when they make Wyoming in this game, all they have to do is literally set a plane to extend the size of Wyoming with just one road between Cheyenne and Utah. And that's all you got to do. Because when I went through Wyoming, I was expecting to see, horses, or I'm expecting to see farms. It was just like plains, like wide open space, like as far as the eye to see, with nothing really out there. And I got a little scared when I pulled up close to Cheyenne, and there was like this big sign on the highway that said no fuel stops for the next like 300 miles. So fill up in Cheyenne. It's like, oh crap, what am I'm going to the Wild West. Like, what am I going to do? So I filled up in Cheyenne, as it told me I wasn't about to be stupid, and made my way all the way to Oregon. And I can't remember what the river is that separates Oregon from Washington, but I drove along that road, and that was really cool to see like the cliffs of Washington, and made my way into Portland. And I get through Portland just fine, and we start heading north. We cross that bridge, and I'm almost in 3 different accidents within 10 miles of Washington State. Now, I saw an article not too awful long ago that said Washington State drivers are the worst in the country. And having driven from Indiana to Washington State, I believe I concur. When I lived in Washington, the insurance rates were astronomical. They were twice as much as what I was paying here in Indiana, for sure. But I mean, the AI drivers in this game will fit in well, I would say, with the Washingtonians. Now, that's not a blanket statement. That's not, it's if the shoe fits, wear it, because certainly there are stupid drivers here in Indiana for sure. And mainly they come from Illinois. Like, I'll be driving, doing the speed limit, maybe a little over, as I do, and here comes Illinois driver doing like 30 over the limit. Quite a few times, someone from Illinois will pass me on the highway, and not, a few miles down the road, there's Indiana State Police, and they got them pulled over. It's like, welcome to Indiana. Leave your kamikaze driving in Illinois, why don't you? That's not bad. I'm looking forward to this game expanding east for sure. Arizona, I already saw signs in this game for Kingman, and I know Phoenix is going to be in here, in Flagstaff. Not being from Arizona or knowing too much about Arizona, I don't know what other big cities they might include with the Arizona DLC, but I'm definitely looking forward to that. And also the modders. I mean, modders are going to have a field day with the United States, I think. Now, some might just go straight up to Canada, which would be interesting if they added like an ice road. That'd be pretty cool. They would go down to Mexico. So if they can make the checkpoints between the United States and Mexico, that'd be pretty cool. It would definitely be an interesting atmosphere to drive from Canada to Mexico, and go from, the frigid Arctic north to, hot, steamy, arid Mexico. But I remember in 18 Wheels of Steel, there was like one Canadian road, and I don't remember how far it let you go into Mexico. Maybe there was maybe only one road in Mexico too, but it was definitely cool to be able to say, you know, this trip has taken me through 3 countries, for sure. Which, you know, 18 Wheels of Steel was great in its day for sure, but with this new engine that, well, I wouldn't say new engine because it's a Euro Truck engine, but the, you know, just these graphics and this fidelity of, you know, American truck and Euro Truck to see North America would be really cool. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Mods, you know, good on SCS for using basically the same engine as Euro Truck. I know it's getting, you know, some flack on the internet. You know, this is just DLC. It's America DLC. But it's good for modders and whatnot. It's good for people who know the back end of the game, and SCS will be able to add content faster than if they were learning a brand new engine and how things work. Even Bethesda fans can tell you that. The creation engine that Oblivion and Fallout 3 and Skyrim and Fallout 4 run on, it's easy to make a construction set or a Garden of Eden creation kit, if you will. And modders from those games only have to learn a few new things, and they can get content up really quickly, which is very good to maintain the life of the game. I mean, Euro Truck Simulator 2 is over 3 years old, but it's still alive and kicking with a lot of great mods. And I think American Truck will be no different. Let's see, how long until we have to sleep? 5 hours. That would put us, let's see, it's 4 in the morning. Math, about 9 o'clock in the morning we have to sleep, which will give us a late afternoon drive. But only 407 miles left, and it's been a pretty uneventful journey that bodes well for the achievement for sure. Coming up to Sacramento, which coming into Sacramento is cool. I like the 40 miles an hour. Get it woed up. There we go. 40 miles an hour. Coming into Sacramento is really cool because, see, scumbag 35. It went up to 55 for a split hair. And then it like jumped up to 55 and then down to 35, and here again it's 55. If a cop just happens to be, you know, hanging around and you don't get it slowed down in time, that's $1,000 and the achievement shot down. Which is never fun, especially when you go like 550 miles of a 600-mile journey and you get tagged in a scumbag speed trap. It's never fun for anyone. But as I was saying, there's one entry past Sacramento when you drive by the sign, "Welcome to Sacramento." It's got banking in the turns, and you know, as a NASCAR fan, I can appreciate banking in the turns. You can get through turns a whole lot quicker because physics. I can't tell you a formula to figure all that stuff out. All I know is more banking equals more speed, and that's what matters. Speaking of speed, can't wait to get to Nevada so we can haul tail 80 miles an hour. Hopefully. I do like the fact that these trucks come unrestricted. Like Euro Truck, it was always a disheartening to put your foot down and not go past 55. Be like, nope, safety. Because safety. If America did that, I'm sure people would be in a huge uproar. Come on, buddy. That's one bad thing about the entry-level truck is I don't have a decent pulling engine. Come on, buddy. Listen to that engine drive. was almost like the engine was fighting the hazard lights. Come on, a little bit more speed, please. Go up a gear. Come on, you can do it. This hill is vicious, man. I'm surprised more cars aren't trying to pass, if I'm honest. Up, here we go. We'll be going downhill shortly. Let's go, metal to the pedal and the thingy to the floor. There we go, top gear for maximum fuel efficiency. And let us think about stopping. Where on the map would be a good place? Well, I'm passing Truckee. Is there anything along the way past Truckee? Yeah, I'm thinking this way station would be a good stop. Knowing those cops will have to stop for it anyway. Clear the way! One thing about the AI that I noticed is some of them like to slam on the brakes when they do their lane changes. Speaking of which, we got a truck up here that's going to cause all sorts of problems. You're not going to let me in, are you? No, of course not. You are. CRV. Taking that late racing line around. Back off, buddy. Status update. No damage to the trailer and probably tire damage to the truck, so we are still sitting pretty as far as that achievement goes. Ah, the sunrise. I tell you, sunrise and sunset is the highlight of this game visually, I think. I remember that lighting update in Euro Truck 2 when that came around. It was like revamped weather effects and weather sounds, the thunderstorm, the rain pounding on the cabin, the rays of the sun coming through. When you have a good lighting engine, it just makes everything pop. It makes everything look real. And that says a lot for the texture mapping guys and the normal mapping guys, the bump map guys, to turn just a few polys into something that looks really, really cool. But man, this landscape. And the yawn. Almost on schedule. We got 2 hours before we have to stop, so when we pass this way station, we will pull into the next and park her up for the morning. Alright, we didn't have to stop. I don't know exactly when you have to stop. I haven't figured that out yet. Is it when a cop passes you? But then again, I've had police pass me when I'm passing a way station and they still didn't stop me, and then other times they did, then other times it seems to come out of nowhere. So I'm not sure. But let's start to back this thing down. And we might as well fill up while we're here, I guess. Alright, let's fill up. $2.72 a gallon. And I need how many gallons? 70 gallons, 190 bucks for my fuel bill. Let us pull over here, I'm assuming. Looks like this is the way into the scales. Whoa! Must be that Prius that robbed a bank or something. Didn't even see that guy. He could have single-handedly ruined my achievement. But that is going to do it. We're fine. But we will continue our journey in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you've seen, go ahead and hit that subscribe button or give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever you feel. Until next time, take care. I will see you soon.